Ha 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 ha. Let's go. That's right. Let's go.
That's right.
Let's get rid of that screenshot up there, Terry, for sure. So, well, today we're doing Thistledown, and Terry and I are both admittedly a little bit confused this morning because Twin Spires and all the sports betting apps here say that the races are going to start within the hour. But when we go over to Equibase and so forth, looking for scratches, we don't see any. Now, I saw earlier today somewhere that it said that the first post is going to be 2:54 p.m. or something like that Eastern. So I am absolutely dumbfounded, Terry, and I can't find the answer to that today.
Yeah, I don't know either. So, and if that's at 2:54 Eastern, that's 12 o'clock my time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 3 hours from now.
Yeah, and I don't know where I saw that in terms of the post time there, but they still, I mean, they're about to start the racing according to the computer screen here at this and on Twin Spires, but I don't see it anywhere on here at all.
Wow.
So, even on Equibase, it says first post time is 10:50 p.m. I don't see it in cancellation, so it just kind of something weird going on there, Terry. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe there just aren't any scratches and there aren't any changes.
Yeah, but wouldn't they? Well, maybe they wouldn't say anything. So
yeah, I'm not even seeing with like an hour to go how the conditions are listed. I know it rained a lot there yesterday, Terry. So I don't know what's going on.
Well,
to be honest with you.
Yeah, I looked at the weather this morning, and so far, there's not anything going on. It's sunny.
Well, we'll find out, right? I know I saw somewhere that the post time is later on in the day. I don't know where I saw that. I'm trying to find it in the background here, but I should have just kept it. But in any case, I know what we were doing last night and what started at 8 p.m. Did you get a chance to watch the Turf Paradise Tornado? Maybe we should call him that, the Turf Paradise Tornado, because, man, he gets around that track in a hurry.
He
and likes to win some races. We're talking about Harry Hernandez.
Yeah, I did watch it. I enjoyed it very much. And I hope that, I guess somebody was driving him because he's in a car and they're moving.
Either that or he's in one of those self-driving Teslas. He's winning all that money now. Hell, he can buy just about any car he wants, I imagine.
That's true, yeah.
You see like those videos of like the self-driving cars crashing into airplanes and stuff?
I did, yeah. Yeah, there's a big push to have something done about it. So
yeah, and I was also reading a story about those self-driving cars where the police were chasing one that wouldn't pull over. Oh man, that's pretty funny stuff. Hey, wouldn't pull over. What do you want me to do? I'm not driving it. Right?
That's right.
That's how I feel about this show sometimes, right?
I know, me too.
Parks today. Sebastian, how are you today, Parks? 5 to 264. We did Parks yesterday. And unfortunately, I let that rail bias at 6 furlongs get the better of me. I downgraded the one in that last leg, probably one spot too many. Yeah. And it cost me the Philly pick 5, and it was $750, but I still ended up with the pick 4. Terry had a really nice exacta in his box it up. I had a decent one in my box it up. Best bet one. So we had an overall okay day. It could have been a very good day. Hopefully at Turf, at Thistledown, whenever they start racing, Terry, we have a good day.
Yeah, and yesterday I would have had the pick 4, pick 5 too. Yeah, I think it was the second leg. My number 2 horse got beat by a head. He ran head and head down the down the lane there, down the stretch against the other horse, and of course that other horse was yours. And I was ahead of you till before the end, and you caught me there. So
there's only one place on the track that matters, Terry.
It's the finish line.
That's it. Right. Everything else in the middle just tells the story, my friend. I always tell my son when he was younger, and he'd be like, "Well, he played on the soccer team. Well, we outplayed them. We had more shots on goal. We were faster. We were more physical." And I would just ask him, "Well, what was the final score?"
Yeah.
Right. There's only one statistic that counts, my friend.
Yeah, it's just like saying I'm going to try to do that. There's no such thing as try. You either do it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it.
Well, let's do this. Let's just go under the assumption, and you know what happens when you assume, Terry, which I usually do. I make an ass out of myself. But let's go ahead with let's just go ahead and guess that they're going to start on time here. Even according to the past performances from Brisnet, it says first post is at 12:50 Eastern. So race number 1 is 6 furlongs. This one has claiming $5,000, purse of $12,200. They threw that extra $200 in there. For fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have not won a race since October the 26th, Terry, you have the one horse, Queen of Catnip Hill.
That's right. So I like that horse for this simple reason. She's been off for more than 2 months after finishing 7th on a muddy track. She takes a major drop in class today, though, and has a bullet 3-furlong workout on April 18th, and she should improve while she's returning to a sprint. Then I like number 2, Easy Eyes. She closed from mid-pack to just missed winning by a nose, and she received the highest last speed rating. Then I like as my third pick, number 5, Black Kettle. She showed early speed in her last race, but faded at the end after fast fractions. Drops in class today, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. The trainer-jockey combination in the last 14 days have won 3 out of 8, finished the third twice. Then I like for my fourth pick, number 4, Lilac Lace. She took off for 3.5 months, and in her first race back, she showed early speed before fading to 4th. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and she had a couple of very good workouts for her return.
I'm going to start off with my best bet of the day. This one is a 6-furlong race, Terry. Obviously, yet they opened up just yesterday, so there's really not much of a data set to look at. But at last year's Thistledown meet, they had 327 6-furlong races, so that's plenty of data to work with. 242 were won by speed. 114 went wire to wire. There was really no advantage to any particular post, except if you did wear an 8 out. This one doesn't come into play here, but if you did wear an 8 or higher, there was a penalty. My best bet is number 2 right out of the gate whenever they start racing today. Easy Eyes ran better 6-furlong fractions last time out on the mud relative to on a fast track, missing by a nose as the favorite with the top last race speed figure. So I think she gets the job done here today. Lilac Lace, number 4, is a horse for the course. Terry, did you see on that box line there that the horse has run at Thistledowns 4 times? Won 1, 2, 3 times.
That's right.
But if you ran the horse somewhere else in 9 other races, just has 1 win. So maybe you could take that win over and make it a perfect record. Your Queen of Catnip Hill, Terry, does step down the class ladder. I like that. Trainer Gary Johnson wins at 27% when he moves down 2 classes. At Thistledowns, 4 races, 2 seconds, and 2 wins and 2 thirds. But what I didn't like is the horse didn't like the distance. So that's why I have it third. It's run at 6 furlongs a half a dozen times, finished third 5 of those 6 times, and didn't hit the board in the other. So apparently this is a horse that just likes to run third at Thistledown 6 furlongs.
Yeah, that's true.
Black Kettle taking a major drop in class here, Terry. And the last race looks pretty awful on paper, but it wasn't as bad as it looks, because if you dig just a little deeper, you'll see that the 4 furlong and the 5 furlong fractions were a little bit better than the previous race. Race number 2, provided that they're going to race, Eric Verboken. I hope I got that right. Verbraken. I can't really see that well. That's why I got to get close to my screen. Thank you for the thumbs up on Twitter. On Facebook. We appreciate that. If you agree with Eric, give us a thumbs up as well there and on YouTube. It helps us with with their algorithms, puts us up the rankings, and then more people can find us. What's up, Jared? How you doing today? Morello and early voting are out mode. Yeah, they're out of the Kentucky Derby. We saw Sean and I talked about that last night on the Horse Center show. Morello being out, Happy Jack being in. So now if there's another one out, that's going to bring Pioneer of Medina in, who I kind of like as maybe a little price play there, Terry. I think the horse is a lot tougher than it's getting any credit for.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Race number 2, again, another 6 furlong race. This one is a maiden claiming $7,500, purse of $13,100. I love that. $100 extra, $200 extra bucks. That's the money they put in the pocket. They don't tell anybody about, Terry, right?
That's right.
Well, this one's for maidens and fillies and mares 3 years old and up, and that's it. So what do you think about race number 2?
Well, I like number 4, Corresponder. She's my first pick. She tried a mile in her last race and finished 4th place. Now she should improve while returning to a sprint and has the highest speed figure at today's distance. The trainer wins 75% of the time when he uses Lasix for the second time. Then I like number 6 as my second pick, Exceeding. She takes a major drop in class, and the trainer wins 36% of the time when going from a maiden to race to a maiden claiming. And then number 7, Kiki's Lulu Rose. She took 2 months off and came back fresh and ran a good third versus similar in the last race. And the trainer wins 19% of the sprint races he has an entry in. And then number 1, Voodooism. She finished in the money in 4 of her last 5 races. She has the highest last speed rating, and the trainer wins 25% of the time in maiden claiming races.
All right, Terry. So for race number 2, maybe they just don't have any scratches today. Maybe that's just it, because I know that Finger Lakes is about to get started too, right? So,
Yeah.
And I don't see any scratches at Finger Lakes either, though I do see some changes in the on the Equibase side there. So it's interesting to see what's going on there. If you're going to bet Finger Lakes today, Terry, and maybe a lot of people are, that's one of those New York tracks that folks like. You can head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet right now. I wanted to let you know in advance before they get started. You'll see that Finger Lakes is the free track of the day today. There we got it. We really did some handicapping there on that top pick, number 2, straight 8, 1-for-1 morning line. But underneath it, we have Dos Vaqueros at 8-1. So take a look at that. So that's over at Finger Lakes, over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description here on YouTube. Make sure you click on that. There is a link in the description on the Facebook page as well. So make sure you use that link. Otherwise, head on over to horseracingtoday.net and click on a link there. That would be appreciated. I am eliminated 10 of the field already, leaves smaller pool to pick from. Yeah, we talked about that too last night. I did some homework many, many years ago, continue to do so. But since they've moved to the point system at the Kentucky Derby, I think all but one horse, and I think that was last year, all but one horse had 100 points in the qualifying period since they moved to the qualifying system. And I think no winner came from like the Louisiana Derby. No winner came from the Wood Memorial. So you basically want to focus on those horses that come out of the Santa Anita Derby, the horses that come out of the Florida Derby, the horses that come out of the Arkansas Derby. Typically, that's a formula that has worked well in finding a Kentucky Derby winner. It pointed me to Authentic when a lot of people didn't have Authentic, Terry. And I know that you had Authentic, maybe not because you handicapped it, but because you owned a piece of that horse.
Yeah. Well, I think I would have still played it no matter what. So.
All right, so race 2. I didn't talk about my picks yet. I'm going to start with number 1, Voodooism, and sometimes I feel like there's somebody out there, the way some of my days go, where they are playing some Voodooism on me. But this one showed better improvement in its pace numbers for the first quarter and half mile of its last race. 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row, and a decent workout between races suggests that the horse might continue in that upward trend. Kiki's Lulu Rose. This horse's resume says that it's most likely to be a lot better in the second effort after a layoff. So I'm expecting some improvement for Kiki Lulu's Rose. Corresponder comes in from Turfway Park. Terry, do you feel like Turfway Park to Thistledowns is a track drop, or do you think they're on the same level?
No, I think it says track drop for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a track drop too. Last race out produced better fractions in the opening 2 and 4 furlongs. And then closing out with Exceeding. Gets the call over number 2 for me, as her Mahoning 6 furlong times have been a little bit better than just a small town girl. Race number 3 is a 5.5 furlong race, Terry. This one is a maiden special weight, $26,400 for maidens, 3-year-olds and up. 5.5 furlong. We haven't talked about that yet. Profile of a winner. 207 races, 155 won by speed, 87, Terry, went wire to wire, and the post positions were as fair as you can be all across the board.
That's pretty cool. Well, I start off with number 5 as my first pick, Off to the Races.
He showed a lot disagreeing with you on that pick.
Yeah. He showed a lot of early speed in his last race, but faded in the last half furlong. And now he comes back fresh after a break, and he enters a race that's only 5.5 furlongs, which is a half of a furlong less than the one that he faded in. Number 3, Cry Macho. It's my second pick. He comes in from Gulfstream, where he improved his speed rating in each of the last 3 races there. Received the highest last race speed rating, and his best dirt speed is the fastest among today's starters. And they're adding blinkers today. Excuse me. My third pick is number 4, Drinks on the Beach. He's another horse coming in from Gulfstream, where he showed early speed in the distant races and now cuts back to a shorter distance. He enters the race with a decent workout of 49.4, 7th best out of 20. And then my fourth pick is number 6, CC's Clear Creek. He has a good trainer and a good jockey, and a decent workout on March 6th, where he was the best of 11, fourth best of 11.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I still don't see cancellations, and I still don't see any changes. So there's something. I think maybe just the time is off on. Because I did see somewhere that they're going to start later in the day, but I could be wrong. But sooner or later, they will be like your number 5, Terry, and both of our first selections here. In fact, we agree on the first 2. Off to the races. I think this one is going to be on the gas all the way around the track. And if you recall, the profile of a winner favors horses with speed. So off to the races fits the profile of a winner. Cry Macho. This one is a track dropper for sure. Gulfstream Park, the Thistledown, is a track drop. It's also a class dropper. Last time out, ran for maiden special weight, $53,000. It does have a decent Thistledown work, so I almost wonder why I don't have that one in front of the 5 horse. I probably should. I think the track drop and the class drop should be enough to get this job done. Number 1, Insatiable Prince. I'm sorry, got to get that right. This one is dropping from Mahoning Valley, maiden special weight, $24,000. So it's taken that maiden special weight to maiden claiming drop. That is the biggest drop in horse racing. So I'm going to take a flyer on the 1 horse. And then number 4, Drinks on the Beach. That's something Terry was doing a couple of weeks ago. Something I haven't done in years. But this one's another Gulfstream Park track dropper, except it ran for maiden claiming 12.5 last time, whereas the 3 ran for maiden special weight 53,000. Much like the 3 horse, number 4, Drinks on the Beach, also has a decent workout at Thistledowns, getting ready for the new digs, man, in the Ohio track, right?
That's right. And I agree with Jay.
Bad voodoo yesterday at Thistledown for me. JD, any idea? Speed held up yesterday until the monsoon. Any idea what's going on over there? Because we're not getting any scratches yet, and in not getting any scratches, we're not seeing that the races are canceled. And according to Twinspires, everything's supposed to start within the next half hour. I'm even looking on Twinspires at the feed, and they don't even have the video feed up yet. They just have the straight, like, welcome to Jack banner on there. So yeah. I just think the time is off a little bit. That's all.
Could be.
Race number 4, Terry, is your Box It Up. And let's talk about this one's 1 mile. Optional claiming 8,000 for a purse of 20 grand. This one is for fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have started for a claiming price of $5,000 or less in 2021 or 2022, or a claiming price. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, so I guess they're going to start on time, because I hear the track announcer, Matt Hook, making the announcement that they're going to sing the national anthem right now. So maybe there just aren't any scratches, Terry.
Could be, and that'd be good news for us.
Yes, indeed. All right, so 1 mile profile of a winner for your Box It Up, Terry. They ran 196 races last year, 123 won by speed, 43 taking them from gate to wire. You do get a bonus if you wear an 8 or above, and there's a little bit of bonus if you wear a 1, 2, or 3. Take us through, Terry, your Box It Up.
Yeah, and I just looked. They just come out on Equibase, and according to them, there are no scratches. So
okay, beautiful. That makes our day a pleasant day. All the worry for nothing, just like they tell you as a kid. All the worry in the world can't do nothing for you.
Yeah, wait a minute. They do have 1 scratch they just now posted. Number 1 in the 7th race, Rosa Soul. But anyway, let me go through
that's because there's an entry there, Terry. So
that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let me go with my number 4th race. I like number 2 as my top pick, Cappy Bee. I've actually bet that horse a couple of times and won on it both times. She finished in the money in 6 of her last 6 races, winning 3 of those. She has a trainer who wins 17% of the time when going from a sprint to a route. And then number 3 is my second pick, Malice. She won her last 2 races in a row, so she's going for a hat trick, and she has a lot of speed, loves going to the front, and I don't see a lot of speed in this race to pressure her. She also has the highest last speed rating, and the trainer wins 29% of the time when bringing a winner of their last race back to compete again. And then I like number 5, Little Matilda. Not sure what happened in her last race, but she may have just felt like not running. Sometimes, like how you feel some days you get up, you don't feel like doing it. Well, I imagine horses are the same way.
I never feel like that, Terry. I always get up and get going. I don't have a choice, is the way I look at it.
Well, that's true, but sometimes I get going quicker than I do, and I feel better.
That's true.
Yeah. So anyway, she had a really good workout on April 19th, 101.4 breezing. And I think it's because that to me shows that she was probably all right. Trainer wins 20% of the time in breeding, beating favorite back again. And she is a horse for the course. She's won 6 out of 11 starts here. And then I like as my 4th pick, number 4, Backsplash. Like Happy Bee, she's finished in the money 6 of her last 6 races. But the difference is she's only won 1 of those races. She does have the highest race figure at today's distance.
So, yes, the box it up, as you can see, is a $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, 10-cent superfecta box. I think that your exacta yesterday paid like $80 or something, Terry?
Oh, no, it paid. Oh, for $1, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's what we're doing, $1 exacta.
Yeah, it was around $80 for $1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good one for sure. That one horse was like 43-1, came in second place. Yeah, so almost won actually, which would have messed up my pick 4 and your pick 4 too.
Yeah,
but fortunately that did not happen. So number 3, Malice, is my top choice. Your second choice. Won her last 2, and neither one were very close at all. Terry smoked the field, and what's great is the recent resume says she should be as good, maybe a touch better in the 3rd start off the layoff. Little Matilda. This one likes Thistledown. Is a fan of the Ohio track. Ran there 11 times, with 6 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd. Also is a fan of the distance of 1 mile. Run a mile 23 times with 10 wins, 6 seconds. So 16 out of 23 times was either the winner or the runner-up. Has a maintenance workout since the last start. So I would think Little Matilda is going to be ready to put that Thistledown and mile record to the test again today. Number 4, Backsplash, the jockey trainer combination here of Edgar Pucar and Joseph Mahan. They've only raced together 5 times, Terry, and they finished on the board all 5 times.
Wow.
Generating a positive ROI of $1.40. So I'll take that.
Yeah, that's good.
Something I hope we don't get today, Terry, is Bad Karma, the one horse. Faced many of these horses in her last 6 starts. Sometimes in front of them, sometimes behind them, but usually in the mix for a piece of the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd money in those races. So I think Bad Karma might have a shot to do that once again today. Bad Karma also closes out our hot dog pick 4s, Terry, for races 1, 2, 3, and 4. You started off with 3 horses. I started off with 2. The only way we can win together here is if the 2 horse wins that first leg. And then in the second leg, I did the ballpark plump-em hot dog with the 3 picks in the middle. You did the skinny hot dog with a lot of you did the Wendy's hot dog pick 4 with where's the beef in the middle.
That's right.
There all bun on the outside and nothing in the middle, my man.
Yep. You've got the one with the lettuce on the outside and the beef in the middle.
That's right. I did the the vegan hot dog.
That's right.
Hello, how are you, Jose? Feliz tarde to you as well. Hopefully you have many winners today as well. All right, I was trying to think of, my brain doesn't work like it used to. That's, Terry, you mentioned when you get up out of bed that sometimes things work and they don't work. For me, that's the one thing that doesn't work as sharp as it used to, because I do know a little bit of Spanish, and I was going to say something there, but I forgot how to say it. So race number 5 is 6 furlongs. This one's an allowance for 35,800. My dyslexia kicking in there. A purse of 35,800. This one is for registered Ohio foils, 3 years old and up, which have never won a race other than maiden, claiming, optional, or starter, or which have never won 2 races. This is a battle of the long shots and the best bet. Why don't you start it off? Tell us first about your best bet, Terry. then pause, and I will tell them about my long shot, and then you can go ahead and clean up your picks.
All right. So number 6, Ohio Cause is my best bet of the day at this track. You know, he won his last race at Mahoney Valley at today's distance, and his best dirt speed is the fastest among today's starters. And he has a trainer who wins 29% of the time when bringing back the winner of their last race to run again.
Here's why my long shot, Kid Russell, is going to beat Ohio Cause, though I probably shouldn't bet against the Ohio named horse in Ohio track. But this one ran the top last race speed figure last time out and did so while being much stronger in the second half of the race than it was in its previous race. And what I really like is that the horse ran in the mud, and despite running in the mud, ran better fractions at the same distance than it did on a fast surface. That tells me that Kid Russell is fit, firm, and ready to go and to beat Ohio Cause. But if it does beat Ohio Cause, you won't be too concerned because Kid Russell is your second pick.
That's right. Number 8, Kid Russell. I like Kid Russell. And to tell you the truth, I had a big hard time deciding on which horse to put on top. But he increased his speed rating.
Well, you should just listen to me, my man.
I should have, especially on your best bet yesterday, because it won and paid over $6. But anyway, he increased his speed rating significantly from a 59 to an 85. He went from a fast track to a muddy track and did that in the last race. And he got the highest last speed rating in that race. And he has a high speed figure at today's distance. Then my third pick is number 2, Master of the Hounds. He likes Thistledowns, finishing in the money 66% of the time, winning 33% of those races, and can handle the distance, finishing in the money 60% of the time, winning 10% of the races. Then number 4 is my fourth pick, Gone in a Flash. He ran disappointing in his last start on an off track, which he apparently doesn't like. The bad news is that it may rain today and the track could be sloppy, but who knows? He might like the sloppy versus the muddy. Prior to last race, he had a win and a third.
As long as those monsoons don't come through Iowa again.
Yeah,
all right.
It got so bad one time you couldn't even see the horses on the backstretch.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Number 6 is my second selection. Your best bet. So, and we just kind of flip-flop picks here a little bit. Sorority Sister. This horse has been off since early December, so been in the barn resting and relaxing. Should come back ready to work though, because it does have 22 furlongs of workouts since March the 10th. So I think Sorority Sister will be fit, firm, and ready to run, Terry.
All right.
Number 2, Sushi Q instead of Susie Q. Did you get that little play right there, huh? Had a decent debut, and I expect the horse will likely take a step forward in her second start. One of a trio of 4-year-olds in a field that has mostly 3-year-olds. So I given a choice between a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, I'm going to do like Robertino Diodoro told us on the Player's Edge podcast. I'm going to lean towards the 4-year-old. And then number 9, Birdie's Chance, has 2 starts at Thistledowns with a second and a third. Last time out, the horse had some serious issues. I feel like maybe some horse players might overlook the number 9 here, Birdie's Chance, and give us a shot to get some decent odds. Am I on the right race, Terry?
Yeah, I think so. See, should be in the 5th race.
Oh, I did the 6th race there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, no wonder my picks didn't make sense. Okay. Ohio Cause, my second pick. Won the last with 3 consecutive speed figure increases. Much better final time by 3 seconds last time out. I'm going to speed through this. Master of Hounds, probably the most consistent horse in the field here, Terry, but probably has the lowest ceiling, but the highest floor. So it's a horse you probably want to have in your exacta trifectas. And then Gone in a Flash, in the money, 4-7 at the distance, and says some of the best late pace numbers in this group. I already told you why I like all the horses that I like in race number 6, Terry. A little bit. I told you the brain sometimes doesn't work right.
I know.
How am I on? I am so mixed up right now. All right. So race number 6, Terry. Let's reset here real quick, if you don't mind, Terry, so I can get myself straightened up. Tonight's, as I mentioned, Horse Center. Last night we had on Harry Hernandez. And if you're part of Sean's Jockey Survivor, then you'll see that today, with the few people that are left, Terry has Harry Hernandez as his choice. I have A Worry over at Finger Lakes. Got a lot of mounts on some low-priced horses today. Looks like a popular pick over there at Finger Lakes. So hopefully he comes through. I see Sebastian's coming in from Venezuela. How you doing down there in Venezuela? Hope all is well. Unfortunately, I don't know what that says, Terry. You want to look that up and kind of give us an idea what that says?
And that's why I wasn't paying attention, because that's what I was doing, was looking up some of these, because I don't speak Spanish
I know a
whatsoever.
little bit, but sometimes it escapes me. Tonight at 8:00 Eastern, we will have on jockey Maclovio Enriquez Jr., who is doing fairly well right now over, I think, in like I think he's running over in that Laurel Charlestown area. So make sure you tune in for that 8:00 tonight. Sean and I every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday when we have a guest. If you have any questions for Maclavio, make sure you reach in to the comment section here, or you can email me at gtsrichby@gmail.com. All right, so now we've reset.
Yeah,
I think
I was going to tell you, he was asking Sebastian where he was from, and Sebastian told him Venezuela.
Yeah, so that he self-answered question. All right, race number 6, Terry. I think that's where we are now. Six furlong, maiden special weight, $33,000, $900. This one is for registered Ohio foils, maidens, fillies, and mares 3 years old and up that have obviously never won a race. Okay, Terry. Now we both agree with the 3-horse. Go ahead.
That's right. I like number 3, Sweet Outlook. She finished third in her last race on a muddy track after getting off slow and was tight against the rail. She has several good workouts in a row, including 2 bullet workouts in March. Then number 2 is my second pick, Susie Q. She has run second in her only race and on a muddy track at today's distance, and today may be the same kind of conditions, so that may help her again. Mm-hmm. Number 1, Miss Ellie. She has plenty of early speed, and her early speed running style will help her chances. She finished third versus similar in the last race and may improve because they've added Lasix today. Then number 9 is my 4th pick, Birdie's Chance. She finished third versus similar in her last race at today's distance, has a decent workout of 4 furlongs, 50 and change, breezing 8th best of 22.
So I told you why I like Sorority Sister, Sushi Q, and Birdie's Chance. And yeah, I probably should have Sorority Sister as my top pick instead of Sweet Outlook, because Sweet Outlook did run the top last race speed figure in its debut. Probably improves in the second start off the career, and I do like when horses come out off the bench and they run their best speed number out of the group. A lot of times that's followed up by a win. The only problem though is trainer Rodney Faulkner is 0 for 29 this year with horses making their second career start. Eventually that O has got to go. So to me, the 3 or the 6, 1 or 1A, that's an entry for me there, Terry, for sure. As I mentioned, Sorority Sister been off since December. A lot of workouts, should be ready to go. Susie Q is another one that had a decent debut and should take a step forward here. And then number 9, Birdie's Chance, is one that's done okay at Thistledowns with a second and a third in 2 races, but had all sorts of problems in its last start. So now we're back on track. I'm not so mixed up, Terry. Race number 7. It's kind of like when you're driving and you think you're going east when you're really going west, and you get like you're going away from your target instead of towards it.
Yeah, I understand.
So race 7, 5.5 furlongs. This one's a nice race. Allowance $28,000, purse of $28,000. Fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have never won 2 races. Pretty simple. It is your long shot. I agree with you that long shot, Terry, on that 8-horse. We both have it picked first. Tell us why you like it. Oh, by the way, on the back end of this, the 1 is scratched, leaving the 1A. Do you want the 1A or do you want something else?
Let me look at my sheet here. We're in the 7th race, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want the 1A, please.
So you want the 1A. Okay, so tell us why you like the 8 as your long shot.
Okay, number 8, Florizia. She won her debut race at today's distance, and she received the highest last race speed rating doing that, tied with another one. And she was really well bet in that debut. And then I like number 5, Purity, as my second pick. She showed plenty of speed leading most of the way and then finished third on an all-weather track versus Tupper. She may improve at the shorter distance, and returning to the dirt may be just what she needs. She drops in class today and has a trainer who wins 29% of the time when he brings a horse back after being off 90-plus days. And then number 3, Lude. She finished in the money in her last 2 races, finishing third versus similar in the last race. She has a perfect record at Thistledown, winning only start that she's ever did there. And then number 1, Rosa So, is my 4th pick. She she has finished in the money.
Well, I
in
think it's
5.
now Orbit Bound 1A.
Well, oh, I'm sorry, Orbit Bound. Yeah, I got like you. Sometimes my mind kind of gets off.
It's all
Place.
right. It
Yeah,
happens.
but anyway, Orbit Bound won her last race by 12 lengths. She ran and broke on top and just drew away. She was ridden out, and so she
That's
has
also the Terry angle, that when the trainer scratches one of the two entries, that you take the other one because the trainer knows best, right?
that's right. And for me, it works out so many times that'll win like that. So I don't know. It's just a good angle for me. So
Well, if it's worked, it worked, right? Thanks for sharing it. So this is my box it up. I like the 8-horse too, Terry. That long shot. I don't think it's going to go off. Was it 10-1 morning line, something like that?
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go off at 10-1. I think it'll probably, like yesterday, my long shot was 8-1 and went off at like 9-5 or something. It didn't win, but I think you're going to see some similar action on Florenza. It's probably going to come down. I could see it going off at 7-2 or lower. But Florenza, for me, did win the debut with the top last race speed figure. Again, I like horses that come out of the, start their career and do so by putting up a number better than anybody else put on the track, because there's a good reason to think the horse will be better in its second start. And another good reason, as you mentioned, Terry, that the trainer William Collins excels when his horses have off 46 to 90 days, winning at 30% clip, which is a really strong number. And I also like the fact that this horse has 13 furlongs of works since coming out of its debut and running the top last race speed figure. So unquestionably, Florenza is going to be fit, firm, and ready to run, Terry.
I think so.
Number 3, Lude. Something I never am, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you did mention that the horse did run once at Thistledowns and made it look easy, winning by 7 lengths. This horse overall been in the money 50% of the time, with a win, place, and show in 6 starts. Does seem to like the Thistledown based upon that one race. Number 5, Purity, something I'm full of. I'm not lewd and I'm purity, whatever.
At least off air.
I'm ready to be a priest or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one's taking a class drop and a track drop, as we discussed a little bit earlier, coming from Turfway Park. Has the top early pace numbers by a pretty decent margin in this field. Number 1A, Orbit Bound, did win the maiden in the 4th try last time out. Had a huge speed figure improvement with across the board, 2 furlong, 4 furlong, late pace numbers, got all better. I just think that there might be room for a bounce here, Terry, to come back down to earth a little bit. So maybe instead of winning, horse finishes 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, which is why we have it 4th. And again, this is my box it up, which is a $1 exacta box, 50-cent super trifecta box, 50-cent superfecta box. All right. Last race of the day, Terry. The jokes keep on coming. Yeah, I'm always kidding. I like to make fun of myself. I have fun with that. Yeah, everybody's free to make fun of me too. So I have thick skin. I have a good friend of mine who I go play golf with in the mornings, and he says, he says, you're funny to me. He said, because I can say absolutely anything to you, and you just like dust it off. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. He said, you just don't care. He said he never met anybody like that. But any case, race number 8, Terry. 6 furlongs. We talked about 6 furlongs. You need speed. Looks like there's an 8+ penalty. Everything else is all right. There is an 8-horse in here, so it could affect it maybe. We both like the 6-horse in this allowance $35,800 race for registered Ohio foils 3 years old and up, which have never won a race other than maiden, claiming optional or starter, which have never won 2 races. 6 furlongs, Terry. Close the show with number 6.
Yeah, Tell of Lacey. He's looking for his first win in 2022, as he's finished 2nd in his last 4 races, earned the highest last speed rating, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. So he marks a lot of boxes off. Number 5, Give Him the Biz. He finished 3rd versus Similar as the favorite in the last race, but the trainer wins 37% of the time when he brings a favorite back, and his early running style will help his chances. Number 1, Quimby has finished in the money 4 out of 5 career races, winning the last one. Number 8, Foreign. He broke first in all of his races except for 1, and I think this time or lately he's had the stamina to finish 1st or 2nd. He likes his track, and the distance won't be a problem.
All righty. Tail of Lacey. Much better fractions last time out. That's something I've really been zeroing in on these days. Seems to when I read my notes to see which horses won, I've seen more often than not that I comment about the fractions being better. Does have a maintenance workout since that last race where it did show that it had a little bit more giddy up and go. And the horse likes the distance here, Terry. 6 furlongs, 13 times, hit the board 10 times. I'll take that today. Number 5, giving him the biz, Terry. Just makes me think of Red Fox from the old show of Stanford and Son, always giving his son Lamont and everybody else around him the business.
That's right.
Esther, I mean, the way he would make fun of Esther, if you haven't seen it, would just crack me up. But anyway, I don't know if that show would make it on TV today. But anyway.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd let it be on. So.
No, I really don't think so either. But give him the biz, missed as the public's choice in her last race. His last race. I have his and her there. Anyway, trainer Michael Roan rebounds at 38% the next time around with a beaten favorite. So that's a pretty strong angle for a trainer who doesn't win at 38%, probably closer to 19%. Number 8, Foreign. This, as you mentioned, Terry, is a horse that does get out of the gates pretty cleanly. Should be the pace setter, and also a horse that put up some better fractions last time out. So wouldn't be surprised at all to see Foreign go from coast to coast. And then the last pick of the day, number 2, Quiet Amigo, certainly not the way I've ever been described. Was a tough call over the number 1 horse, Quimby, for me, but I prefer a horse with experience at this level and some of the best early pace numbers for this group as well. All right, so that brings the last race into play, and we'll talk about our prime rib pick for us, Terry.
All right.
You went the traditional route, 4-4-3-4. I agree with you. Race number 7 does look to me, though I do worry a little bit about that 1A horse if it doesn't bounce. But if it does bounce, like I think it might, I agree with you that is one of the easier legs of the sequence. I also went 3 in the first leg because I wanted a little bit more coverage in race number 8, which I feel like can produce a bunch of different winners. I got that tough call over the one in there, that Quimby. Mine's a $90 ticket. Yours is a $96 ticket. Okay, just a quick rundown of the all of our picks again. So here's our full card at Thistledowns, which is about to start in about 10 minutes. Right now, it looks like the 5 horse is the favorite, co-favorite with number 2, Easy Eyes. The 1 horse not too far behind at 5-2. Along with our along with our full picks, here are our box it ups. Terry boxed up race 4. I boxed up race number 7. Our hot dog, which is about to get started. The 2 horse, the 4 horse is not one of those favorites there, Terry. So hopefully, I don't want you to miss, but that 4 horse is 6-1. And if it can get off, it might make for a nice payout on the hot dog pick 4. Our prime rib pick 4 is a little bit bigger budget in the second half of the card, Terry, of course. And of course, if you follow along with us today and you manage to hit like we did yesterday on the pick 4, one of the things you can do to help support the show is head on over to horseracingtoday.net, click on HRT gear. And when you do so, please make sure you pick up a t-shirt or a hat or a sweatshirt like Terry's got on and I got on. It looks great. Here's the purple number 10. I like this shirt a lot. And today only 20% off. So when you go to horseracingtoday.net, hit the gear button, make sure you hit this redeem button, pick yourself up a t-shirt, Terry. I know it makes you look better. I mean, you look tons better since you've been wearing it, Terry.
Absolutely.
I've even got emails from Honey Bunny saying, thank you for making Terry buy those clothes.
Yeah, and she loves the number 3. That's her favorite.
That's why Terry wears it all the time.
Matches my blue eyes.
Yes, indeed. I can't do it. My eyes are red from lack of sleep. That's for sure, Terry.
And it matches your red eyes, yes.
Yes, indeed. Well, and I'm number 1. All right. Any final thoughts, Terry, before we get up out of here today?
Well, I just want to let you know that my best bet of the day yesterday actually it ran 4th.
Oh, yes. You know what? You're right. Let me pull that up, Terry, for today. Yeah. So many things. I tell you, my brain is not operational today. There we go. Today, your best bet is at Turf Paradise. Did you take your jockey of the day, Harry Hernandez, here?
Well, let's see. No, I think I have him second in that. Anyway, so but my best bet of the day yesterday, my third pick won that race and paid $12.40, $4.20, and $2.80. And today I like Honor Strike as my first pick. I wanted to put Joker Matt as my first pick because of Harry Hernandez, but I just couldn't do it after looking at the form. Hunter Strike, he's won his last race at Turf Paradise and at today's distance, earned the highest race speed rating. Trainer wins 40% of the time when he brings a horse back again that's won their maiden race. And the jockey in the last 7 days has won 3 of 9 races. So this jockey's pretty darn good too.
Mm-hmm.
Then I like number 7, Joker Matt. That's the one that Harry Hernandez is on. He has a high percentage trainer in addition to that. And then number 2, First Count, broke his maiden and then went up in class to allowance, not finishing very well. Now drops back down in class today where he belongs. And he has a trainer jockey combination the last 14 days, finished in the money 8 out of 15 times, winning 4 of those races.
So speaking of Harry Hernandez, last night he mentioned that he's going to go through the horses that he's riding and then get back to Sean. So I just reminded Sean to ask Harry who he really likes in his mounts today. And I'll have Sean, once Sean has that information, I'll have Sean post that over on horseracingtoday.net, or it'll be on our social sites. You'll see them down there at Horse Race Today. That's for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course, right here at Horse Racing Radar TV on YouTube. No matter where you are, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you like what you saw. I want to thank Israel Villarreal, Jimmy Little, Steve Goodrich, Jay Marco, and Eric Verboken for the thumbs up on Facebook. We appreciate that. If you agree with them, hit a thumbs up as well. Help us run up those ratios so we can run up the search results, Terry. All right. I think that wraps up everything for this Monday. Tomorrow, Terry and I will be back. We'll be going to the big leagues tomorrow from Ohio across the river to Kentucky to do Keeneland. And then on Thursday, Terry and I will tackle opening day at Belmont Park, which should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Thursday night, we'll have on Matt Dinnerman as our guest he is the host, the track announcer at Golden Gate. Terry, you mentioned that is the biggest weekend of racing. And if you're going to be in the Golden Gate area at Golden Gate on Saturday, keep an eye out for that guy over there. He and the Honey Bunny will be at Golden Gate.
That's right.
It's Tuesday. Did I say it's Wednesday?
I don't know what you said.
Yeah, anyway. Today
I don't pay attention to you a lot of the times because sometimes you're just saying nonsense. So.
Oh, nice. All right.
Jokes keep coming.
Just Terry. All right, Terry. So it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts? Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I tell you, I'm always mixed up. All right. Anyway, Sean's telling me that he texted him earlier about sharing the show and told him he did. So we'll hear back from him back. He also sent us a really cool picture of his dad watching the show last night on the big screen down in Puerto Rico in his backyard. I have to say, that looks awesome to me. Being able to have a 60-inch big screen TV out on your back porch, just a little bit of awning over it because you live in a climate where you can do that. I got to say, Terry, I feel envious of Andy Hernandez when I saw that picture. Yeah. I would love to be doing this from my backyard and not my dungeon here in Chicago.
It'd be great.
All right. On this Terry Tuesday where Rich apparently talks a lot of nonsense and he doesn't pay attention to me, any final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, I'm just hoping that everybody does well today, both at the races and in life. And I'm wanting you to tell your loved ones, that you love them. Give them a hug because, like we've said in the past, life is very short. Have a great day, and hopefully over in Europe, things settle down.
Indeed. We hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow, Terry and I, to cover, as I mentioned, Keeneland. Until we meet again tonight, be it with Sean or Terry and I tomorrow, we hope that you have an incredible day where everything that you do just ends up in our great friend Jay Marco's
winner's circle.
Absolutely. Have a great Tuesday.